Find out soon.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Cloud Kingdom.
In the upper right, in the red, we have our Terran player. He is so solid. So good. Here, Toast, you're going to have to fix the colors on your computer, actually. That's reverse of what we have. Yeah, it's messing it. Yeah, just click that if you can. He is... I don't know.
GSL Polt.
No, watch on my screen. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Sorry, we have some technical difficulty here. All right, so in the bottom left, in the blue, we have the Tal Terran. He is so fast. And look, he is so focused right now. His ideas.
FXO GuMiho.
Yeah, that's weird. There's this weird thing that happens where occasionally we'll have
colors get switched.
Colors swapped. So like Dan's computer will have them as one color, and then mine will have them as something else.
It's exactly opposite.
Yeah.
It can make it confusing. We've casted games without noticing that. Like, just got confused the whole time and kept correcting each other. Saying, no, man, that's this guy.
Yeah.
Matters what monitor we look at.
Yeah.
All right. Both of them open up racks with no gas, so we will see really fast. What? GuMiho throwing down a gas. That's a pretty late gas. You know what I think GuMiho might be doing with that gas at that speed? I mean, isn't that a little bit late gas? He could just be going for the factory right after command center.
Sure.
We'll see.
Kind of funky timing out there.
I wasn't paying enough attention, I guess. But no, okay, yeah, it is. It's the factory right after command center. It's just like you still get a fast command up, but like right as your command center is getting started, the next 150 minerals you get 100 gas and make your factory. So there we go, the command center going down.
Wait,
haven't seen this build in a while.
What is he going to do with that? Is he going to try to do some kind of maybe like one of those pushes? Well, where like he can, he has the tanks out so soon he can actually get the siege mode up and try to drive up their orbital onto the high ground, or does he want to go for mass Hellions, or is there some weird Banshee timing going on here? What do you think?
He could absolutely do any of these. I would say because he took the second gas, that he's probably going to tech all the way up to Starport, not just like reactor Hellions. So that's what I think we're going to see. But the overall economy-wise, Polt is better. But with that quicker factory, like look how much quicker the factory is going to be, because Polt is following up with some tech. He's got the double gas. He is making another barracks, yes, but GuMiho's factory like literally started like with his next 150 minerals after his command center. So it's a quick factory and a quick expand, but not perfect of either. It's not the quickest of either.
I think we actually have seen GuMiho's best games on this map. Does that sound right?
Maybe. He does some good games on this map.
I'm just going back into like the archive in my mind. Of like all the games we casted. I'm like, actually, the ones that stick with me most are the Cloud Kingdom ones.
Sure, I remember some of them very specifically, like some of his early Viking Hellion harassments and stuff like that. All right, so reactor Hellions have already been started, whereas Polt's factory is just about to finish up. Polt hasn't even landed his command center outside yet. He's just continuing to tech up. And, a big part of this is just scouting the wall in of his opponent and being like, well, there's no command center. What's going on? I'm a little bit nervous. He doesn't want anything bad to happen. Nice scan going down. Really nice, solid scan.
There's a real art to scanning in the right spot in these guys' bases. And there's also an art to where you put your buildings.
Now,
go ahead.
Polt probably knows, but he might not know about the command center. He hasn't actually seen it. He might be thinking there's something crazy going on, but I feel like pretty soon, as soon as his first tank comes out, he's going to go ahead and land his command center.
Probably. So as you can see, Polt and GuMiho, their supplies pretty similar. There hasn't been much interaction with each other so far. And then a quick Raven here. So That could mean that GuMiho's going to be meching this game.
I would say it. Yeah, it has to mean that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just you don't really see someone, go.
He's doing
Raven
the auto turret rush.
Well, that Alive did that once, but
That was cool.
that was really cool.
We never saw it again, did we?
No.
I sometimes I feel like because there's so much StarCraft 2 out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess GSL is actually at the center of everything.
Yeah.
But even then, there's so much GSL out there with Code A and Code S and Team League. Like sometimes there's like these crazy builds that come out and then just go away, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We didn't get to pick that one apart.
Well, there's some really cool builds that you do it once, and I mean, will it ever actually work again?
Yeah. Was that a fluke?
Yeah.
Can we practice that a little bit more, please?
Well, GuMiho, he's doing his Hellion Viking style right now, really focusing on both those units. And in fact, he's going to go into double reactor Hellions, so that's going to be a very lot of Hellions. That is like a lot of Hellions, man. In fact, he already has 10 with 2 Vikings. He's facing off against Polt, who has 18 Marines and 3 tanks right now, but is starting Marauder production right at this moment. Now, if Polt walks out too far, he might just lose this game because he's going to lose a lot of stuff.
This is a bad angle for those Marines, but nice. Polt actually micros those Marines back.
Trying to hit the Marines behind the siege tank that he's picking off. I don't
know how much did Polt actually lose there? I don't feel like he actually lost that much.
Well, the tank is really what GuMiho wanted to take down, because if you have 3 tanks together, it's a lot more powerful than 2. And he's producing 4 Hellions at a time with Viking support.
With siege mode, you can one-shot a siege tank.
Yeah.
3.
I like what GuMiho just did there. I actually like that. I think that was good for him.
This season, GuMiho is actually playing a lot more. I think before GuMiho was kind of. How do I say this? I felt like he was really, really fast. It was like watching, someone who could do sprints. Mm-hmm. But now I'm seeing a lot more intelligence behind his play too. It's not just like he can't keep up with him,
Yeah.
Like you're totally right when you point out, okay, well, you're going to get the 3rd tank. The 3rd tank's way stronger than just 2 tanks. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. You got to be careful because they hit these. There's like these little flash points or whatever, these critical masses that occur where suddenly you just totally lose a
critical
battle.
mass. Yeah.
So right now he does have a Raven, and it has almost enough for a point defense drone and an auto turret. He has some Vikings mixed in. We do have Vikings for Polt as well, but Polt has, oh my god, siege mode. But the Marines are in a line!
Man!
Really well done here by GuMiho. So far he lands his Vikings. The siege tank's starting to target them down. Polt's Vikings landing to try to kill everything off, and the splash damage ending up being victorious against those siege tanks. But, who really came out on top there? Does he still have the Raven? No, he did lose the Raven. But now he has 12 Hellions still. And Polt's Marines have been reset. So I would say that GuMiho has a small lead right now. Not a huge lead, but that was a little bit better for him.
He just planted his 3rd as well, so
yeah.
He's going to get SCVs there, so there'll be a little bit of an econ lead. And in the supply, it's 101 to 87.
Yeah, and he's definitely leading in those areas. Very important stuff. And he starts another Raven immediately. Mass respect for that. If you don't have a Raven, then there are some very hard battles that you're going to do against Marauders, that's for sure. Now, Polt is going to take his 3rd base. But GuMiho already on 4 facts. Will he take another base, or will he add some facts and start to get aggressive?
I don't know. We're going to find out soon, though. Well, as you can see, guys, Polt's going to move that again. He is that aggressive player.
Yep.
He only just now is getting concussive shells.
Yeah, that's pretty late on the concussive shells. But he wasn't producing a ton of Marauders before. Now he's doing 4 at a time. So he's going really heavily into Marauders. GuMiho is going to have to switch over much more heavily into siege tanks because of this.
So he has that Raven back. He might need more than just that Raven, though. He actually may need a couple Ravens.
Yeah, the second Raven would certainly feel a lot more safe.
Because when you're meching, the damage dealt is so powerful. It comes in all at once that if you could just stop Marauder shots for just, I don't know, let's say you have a bunch of Marauders, but you can stop the shots for like 4 seconds. That's enough.
Yeah.
All the Marauders are dead. The siege tanks did all their splash damage. Because Marauders, when it comes to mech, Marauders destroy like mech faster than mech can destroy anything else.
Yes, it's very true. The Marauders just tear it apart.
Yeah, it just melts.
So Polt, he has this very Marauder-heavy army. This is he's trying to make a
Hellions.
tough.
Coming up here. These SCVs are exposed.
And they are all going to go down. Really nice move by GuMiho. In the meantime, Polt is trying to attack into GuMiho, but actually his tank's going the wrong direction. He's got to be careful about that. Barely pulls him away in time. And good cover by GuMiho. GuMiho killed a lot of stuff and then defended perfectly. You know, Polt's making like these tough unit compositions to deal with.
Yeah.
But GuMiho's outmaneuvering on the battlefield by running past with those Hellions and defending well at home. And now we're wasting his Hellions.
And yeah, he's just going to give those up, I guess. But meanwhile, back at home for GuMiho, he's in good defensive position. As you can see here, the SCV count's fairly even. So even though he got in there and did a bunch of damage, it's not like he's actually way behind. Now, GuMiho does have 2 additional orbitals in his main.
Yeah, that's really
I'm saying
cool.
that in plus the one that was parked, you know, when he started out with, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he's up to 5.
So he can really power off of this.
Oh, certainly. And he can take an additional base as soon as he has the tank count to support it. You know, he just has to have enough tanks to make sure that Polt is not going to want to attack anywhere. He has to have them spread out so Polt can't find like a little weak area, stem, run up, and start to get good trades in. Now, GuMiho is down in supply a little bit, mostly because he did throw away those Hellions. He's doing something else, I guess. But that doesn't really matter, because he is going mech here. He can be a little bit down in supply, and it's not a big deal, because he's on the defensive with siege tanks.
All right, he's splitting up these Hellions now. Really not too impactful here. It's you know, I guess he doesn't need these Hellions as much.
No, but you know what
you know,
he's trying to do here is he's trying to trade minerals for minerals. It's something I bring up a lot when we see mech versus bio play.
Sure.
Marine Marauder costs a lot of minerals. Also, you're going to want to make a lot of command centers, have a lot of SCVs, because you're really focusing on that. With mech, you're focusing on gas, but you get a lot of minerals because mules are so good, you're just going to use them anyways.
Yeah, so it's like, what do I spend this money on?
Yeah, so if you can make a bunch of Hellions and then trade for minerals, even sometimes at a slight disadvantage, it turns into an advantage. Because what is Polt actually spending gas on here? Well, he is getting upgrades in siege tanks, sure, but he needs to have a big force of Marine Marauder, which is very expensive mineral-wise.
All right, the siege tanks are up. We need a points defense drone.
And he does throw one down. Polt immediately running away. Good call there.
Now the Vikings going to hear, hitting all these medevacs, actually, there's not enough Marines here.
That's right, and he's going to take the medevacs out. In fact, pull them away. And that turned out to be pretty good for GuMiho overall, I'd say, taking out that many medevacs.
But, you know, notice Polt is actually, he's got his 4th base up. He's going to get SCVs there very soon. We're going to have GuMiho move out on the map very soon here.
Yeah, GuMiho, I think he's jockeying for position right now to take his 4th. He's built another command center, and I think it's just, I believe he's going to make a planetary at his 4th base, because he needs to hold it. The game is already looking like a game where Polt's going to have nice positions on the high ground. It should go longer than a 3-base timing attack from GuMiho. He's going to need that 4th base up.
All right. And now GuMiho's going to move. That's good. We maybe see a switch into Sky Terran for both these guys coming up here. I guess you could say there already is some Sky Terran here. You know what I'm saying? With the Viking and Raven, but I mean, once you get to the point where we're going to have Sky Terran that can hit around.
And you know what, Cases? You were right. GuMiho is moving out.
Yep, he's going to go ahead and attack in here.
He's going to have to rely upon this point defense drone greatly against the Marauders. Polt does have his army split up a little bit. And he's actually going to get that orbital very well done. He has to be really careful, though, because he's out in the middle of nowhere with mech. And Polt actually is going for a counterattack?
Ooh, this is interesting.
GuMiho's got a siege up here, and in fact, is he counterattacking himself with a little mech army? Okay, no, that was actually a mistake.
Yeah, that was bad. Well, the rocks, he's actually still hitting the rocks right now. Did you see that?
Yeah. It looks like he wanted to get up there in a spread that gave GuMiho a little bit of time, but he will get through these siege tanks. Now we have GuMiho's army coming back.
And now he can't get these Marauders, stim them up, and go next to the factories. That would be huge.
Yeah, they are all in the orange, but that doesn't matter. They're going to do completely fine right now. Great job here by Polt.
Oh my God, this is getting all the add-ons too.
Great. Oh, I love it, man. It's going to take a while for GuMiho to rebuild everything. Oh, going out. Oh, beautiful. Picking off the army that was upgrading. Going to get the other one as well.
Wow, that counter actually with Marauders is so good.
Yeah, that was really well done. a problem with that was he was a little bit too close to Polt when he unsieged his attack on the fourth base.
Yeah.
And when he attacked moved down, they actually attacked up at the units that Polt had. And that was a gigantic mistake. If he had gone straight down, he would have prevented a lot of the damage that happened.
Looks like the main's about to mine out. Whoa, got that one right on the dot. And I think we're going to have another engagement over here.
Yeah, GuMiho still being pretty active out here. He lost the Raven, didn't he? No, he still has it. Okay, never mind. Oh, he's got to be careful here, man. Where is that Raven? Polt does back up. GuMiho is down in supply right now. He's got to secure his fourth base. And in the meantime, I do want to point out, Tasteless, that Polt hasn't been able to mine from a fourth yet. He just relanded a fourth and started mining. So even though GuMiho's taken some damage here and there, he's kept his opponent on the same basis.
We got Hellions over in that location, roasting these SCVs. Yeah, that's a good point. Even though Polt's doing damage, he has not really been able to take advantage of the damage he's done.
Yeah, you're going to have more bases.
Normally when you wipe out a bunch of your opponent's SCVs or take out an orbital, then you expand or double expand and you reap the benefits.
And that just hasn't worked for him yet. GuMiho's kept a good balance of defense and offense in this game. So Polt right now taking to the high ground once again. He's being really active with his units. Good watchtower hold by GuMiho right now. He has a really full energy Raven. That's so important. And he's actually starting to add a lot of Banshees. So he's getting out of as many Hellions because his economy is a bit hurt at this point. Focusing more on these gas-heavy units. And, he's going to be able to push forward because, he's just got the right composition here. Even the two Thors are really going to be the saving grace of Polt here. We'll see if he can hold.
When you get this expansion, you really can't have all your tanks on the low ground. You actually have to. Oh, nice! Okay, I don't want to analyze too much. You just play by play to come on here. But see, when you hold this expansion, you need to have a bunch of siege tanks on that high ground where the ramp is, because this is exactly what happens.
Yeah, this is a very hard thing.
And this is so hard to stop, especially with the Thors here.
And the Vikings actually kind of just flying into the fray. A little bit of a mistake there. Oh, look at this stim in. A beautiful stim in right now. The tanks are on siege. Where's the Raven?
This might cost GuMiho the game.
It very well could.
I think it actually just did.
Oh my God. Well, this isn't good, Tasteless. And in fact, GuMiho just lost. He used his point defense drones somewhere else.
Marauders.
Yeah, that's not something you ever want to see. GG. Wow. That one moment, GuMiho was completely out of position. Polt saw it, stimmed in there, and destroyed him. Meanwhile, his Banshees were fighting Marines with 3-3. He threw down his point defense drones in a completely different area. And see, GuMiho realizes he was in a fine spot until that happened. One time you get out of position, bam, you're dead.
Well, GuMiho now is going to have to go on to the lower part of the tournament and play TBT. Man, GuMiho was really frustrated in that last shot we just saw.
Yeah, he was. GuMiho is actually one of these players that I feel should be the guys that are hitting top 8 a lot, stuff like that. We've seen it from players like Parting, Nanawa, we have a lot of players that just keep getting really deep. I feel like he's one of them, but he's just not quite doing it yet.
Well, we'll see. Polt versus DRG is going to be sick, by the way.
Oh yeah,
and that's actually coming up next.
Oh, the matches we have.
We're going to take a quick little break, and when we get back, we're going to go on to our third set here in today's GSL Code S.